What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 4 of 10K on the Bay, my journey to 10,000 active items on eBay. In this episode, we'll briefly go over my inventory system, a couple of updates there, my haul from this morning, which is around 700 items, a few dress shirt brands that I like, and a couple of shipping ideas that I want to run by you guys and get some feedback. So the first system I did when I started on January 9th was just putting items in a bin like this. And I put the item number in the title. This bin was bin number 29. I put it right here on my new system just so I can find it because I have some old listings that are grandfathered in, and I'm not going to go back and change the listings because they are cheap items and they'll eventually sell out, and I'll just switch to that after. So this hopefully is a good transition for you guys if you want to switch from what you're doing to a different system like mine or one that's a little bit more technical. I used to keep track of the description on this little tag. I'd print this from a Dymo. Basically, the bin number 6 was my indicator of where I bought it. 191 is the item number. 8 ounces is the weight. C-Pix is my area to put in a blemish or a stain or a flaw. And I've since gotten rid of this entire system, and I just list as I go, one item at a time. This is the first system on January 9th, and I switched to folding them nicely, probably towards the end of January. This works nice if all the items are the same size, but what I found is they'll frequently get mixed up or become unfolded, and so I progressed to storing them in clear poly bags, and this system is okay, especially for shoes, but I would have to transfer this from this into the shipping container because these bags that I bought are 4 cents each and I wanted to reuse them. So basically, I am now going to I'm going to store them directly in the container that I used to ship them. So I'm either going to ship in a poly mailer, which is very durable, or I'm going to ship in a padded flat rate envelope or a paper flat rate envelope like this one. I have heard from some sellers that the post office will not be allowing these if they're not perfectly flat. I haven't had a complaint yet, but I may convert over to the padded version, which is the same, but it's made out of a more durable plastic. It's 55 cents more. I'm not sure I'm going to pass that to the customer because clothing is very competitive. I like being a little bit cheaper, but who knows? If the post office doesn't allow it, I won't break the rules. So it's either going to be stored in a flat rate envelope of some sort, or it's going to be stored in the plastic poly mailers. And so you can see here an example of something my employee did, which was she put the item tags in backwards. So it's going to be something I need to add to the training manual to basically put them in facing forward so that I can actually sort through them easier. That is one process. And then of course, you could just use my clip system directly on the item. It might still work. It's an idea that I'm sort of thinking about. There's a tennis racket in the back that needs to be listed. Okay. This morning I was able to pick up 700 items. I spent right around $750, so a little over $1 an item. The way I do it, as some of you guys know, is bundling with some items that I don't want. So they know I'm looking for specific items. They all have a list, and I will pick up some items that they don't want, like you can see in bin number A19. Well, you can't see, but it's a bunch of random glassware, blankets, some other BS that I need to figure out how to sell to break even. I'll take some of those items in order to get the items that I want for $1, which is the cost per item that I'm looking for. These items I may actually just redonate, but again, they're pretty good. I don't usually have to buy too many. I only had 30 items I needed to buy today, some extra stock that they wanted to get rid of. My goal for Goodwill is to get the items before they go to the bins, but it doesn't always work out that way. And there's a couple of private local honey holes that I have that I've worked out a pretty good deal with the managers so they can give me all the men's stuff. Because it's an interesting fact, they told me that they sell women's clothing a lot faster, so they would rather get rid of the men's stuff bulk and sell mostly women's. So here's some dress shirt brands that I want to go over with you guys. Sorry for the camera work. Just want to go over sort of my thinking process for some of these shirts. We'll start over here. Old Navy surprisingly does well for me. So does Gap. So I get both of those brands, especially in double XL. They sell well. Cutter and Buck, I don't know if you guys know, but they do a lot of personalized gear. They'll make company jackets and such. And so whenever I see this, I always look to see what other company it is representing. And bam, Stanford. So this is good. They have a really good sports program. So there will be a lot of people looking for stuff like this. It is also new with tags, which is awesome. So normally I wouldn't pick up Cutter and Buck if it was like, let's say, some brand, some company I had never heard of. But Stanford, very popular, good to pick up. I should do okay on that. Here's a couple of brands that I've never heard of that it's okay. When I'm getting them for $1, I'll still get them and search for solds. So if it's Italian sounding, I'm just going to pick it up because I might get lucky and hit a home run, but I'm not sure. On E04, judging from the material, it doesn't seem like it'd be super high end, but I'll pick it up because it's in good condition. There's no holes. I'll grab it. Here we have Material London. The Brits are definitely known for making great shirts, so I'll pick it up. Here's another British sounding brand, English Laundry. I don't know if it's actually made in the UK, but these shirts are still okay. I've heard from other people like Ronnie Hart that they used to do really well, but not sure. So this section is going to be all items that I want to look up. Here we go with Jeans by Buffalo. I'm thinking cheap brand based by the material. Here is Alberto 5. Never heard of it, but there was like 4 or 5 shirts, so I might lot those up. Just a cheap shirt. I like this brand a lot to wear myself. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I have bad taste, but I like these shirts. I think they're cool, colorful, and fun. The material is not super premium, but it's all right. Mano Fashion, I think it's probably not a good brand. Hastings, I think this shirt is probably okay because the person went to the trouble of marking it for dry cleaning. So, might be nice. I'll look it up. Scott Barber, he might be a big deal. He might be a nobody. I don't know. Kimmy, here's another custom brand. I usually don't pick up custom clothing because it has initials on it or other custom sizing. But if it's $1, sometimes I do. And then Theory. I've heard a lot from girl YouTubers and Instagrammers that Theory is a good brand. It's very expensive, so I don't know how well it does for men. That actually does fit me also. Maybe I will check it out. TM Lewin, this brand seems super nice. Like, I usually don't trust it when they say luxury, but this shirt material feels excellent. So I will check that brand out. Here's something interesting. It's the Heritage Collection for Banana Republic. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to look at some solds. John Phillips. I'm always curious when people just use their name. Like, are they a big enough deal that it works? Well, we'll find out. I'll look up John Phillips. When I see stuff like, for example, Henry Jacobson, I believe this guy is probably going to sell for more just because he went to the work to at least make a logo. Like, that's nice of him to at least do that. And I've gone over this in some of the other videos I've done, but I love J. Crew, love Boss, Fastenab, I think that's how you pronounce it. Really like that brand. I think it's Ermenegilda Xenia. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Ermenegilda Xenia. I think so. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. And I've heard somebody from Europe say it. Sounded pretty expensive. But it is expensive. And if you're going to go get some modern fit or some nicer or the newer design suits, they can fetch some huge money. These are the two Banana Republics that I already pick up fitted and slim. And then Charles Twitt, pink. And then I literally just got the exact same shirt as I put in a different video, FootJoy, which sells golf stuff. So when you're negotiating, hopefully you guys are nice and you're buying stuff before you ask. I just, when I'm selling things, I don't like selling to people who ask questions without the intent to buy. I'm much more likely to answer questions and be more forgiving on the price if they buy something first. So even though I have a relationship with these guys, I will go in and buy a couple of pieces at what they're asking for, just so I can get a deal on the rest of the stuff, and it has paid off nicely. So these are the padded flat rates. Somebody also gave me the tip that you can open a commercial account and you can order as many as you want rather than just going to the USPS website, and they have a limit for how many you can order. So that's what's going on right now. This whole wall is all my new system in the clear bags, but I'm going to switch to just directly the shipping container. An update on numbers so far this year. I'm at roughly 31,000 in sales and right around 17,000 profit. So doing pretty good. I'm not quite doubling my money, which is my goal, but I'm still learning and I'm still figuring out what my other categories will be. I'm going to sell in 30 different categories because I have ADD, and I'll go over some of the other stuff I sell. I'm trying to get my average selling price to around $30, and I think it's around 26, 27 right now, so I need to boost that up. And I'm going to take the rest of the week to work on processes, hopefully clean some stuff up. Hope you all are having a great day. See ya.